What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday I gave you guys the Yankees. They were up all the way until the seventh inning, and then one swing of the bat changed this all. I'm going to show you a quick replay of what happened. They took the pitcher out, and then this guy comes back and hits a 3-run homer. That's just the way it goes in sports betting. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Overall, it was a break-even day. I know I gave you guys that one loser there, but we did have a few winners in the VIP. So I'm going to give you guys three strong teams. Two in baseball, one in basketball. They're pretty heavy favorites, so I'm not going to go on into all the details because pretty much they're all lopsided games. So I'll just give you the names of the teams, and then I'm going to show you this tool that's been hitting for us a lot. It's inside the Sharp Edge tool, and then I'm going to show you how I use it. But first, let me just show you this goofy shit. This guy gets walked. They take him out of the game, and then they bring in this other goofy dude right here. And then as soon as he starts pitching to the first guy, this guy rocks it out of the park. So 3-run homer, that's how we lost the game. Overall, they did not score again, either team, and it is what it is. So we took that L. All right, guys, so let me get right into it. Right here is the baseball games. You can see we have a Nerfy report, which is the no-run first innings. I actually like 4 teams not to get a run in the first inning. I threw that out to the VIP. I'm not going to throw it out in this video. But if you guys want access to that, make sure you check out the link in the description. But let me give you guys the very strong teams right here. I'm doing this intentionally. This looks like a mobile phone. It's on my browser, but this is intentionally done so you can see how it'll look on your phone. This entire website is now going to be converted over to an app. And again, it's going to be part of the Sharp Edge tool. And you're going to get the Discord as well. 14 days for free. So check that out. So the first thing I want to look at here is the dashboard for today's games. And it just gives you the projections. These are obviously not final scores. These are just projections. So right here it's saying Cleveland should win this. Baltimore, there's no data there. Pittsburgh is supposed to win this by 2.5 runs. Cincinnati is supposed to win this by 1.5. That's a dead even one. The Mets are supposed to win. Atlanta's supposed to win. Minnesota's supposed to win. And then Seattle's supposed to win. And then also the Dodgers. So just a quick glance, you can see which teams are supposed to be winning. Now, I've done a very deep dive into these teams that I'm going to show you. These lines right here, I've been watching them since last night, and this line just keeps moving into the direction of the Pirates. So the first thing I noticed as soon as that line dropped, that it was such a heavily juiced odd, I already knew it was Paul Skeens that was going to be pitching. And sure enough, look at this, 286. It went to 292. And that thing keeps going. I think it's like at minus 300 now. So these teams are going to be super heavily favored, and you're going to have to either parlay them or do a minus 1.5. You can see the Rockies. I'm not going to get into all the details, but you can see the Rockies are just horrible, 24% in their last 37 games on the road. And then, again, I'm not going to get into all the details, but basically all this is green compared to this. So basically Paul Skeens outnumbers this guy in every category. Same thing with the bullpen, same thing with the batting. Actually, the batting is a little bit better on Colorado, but that's because they've been playing at home and the numbers are inflated. Either way, just like I said, if you take a quick glance at this, this is the data that I use every single day. And it's a checklist that I go through. This is the way I created this so that I can see. I just noticed I wasn't showing the correct screen. But basically, let me just show you very quickly. I'm not going to repeat everything. That's the opening line right there. And then this is the 24% for Colorado. Paul Skeens all green on this side. Bullpen is green. And then, like I mentioned, the batting inflation on the numbers right there. It does say that Pittsburgh is number 3 at-bats for OPS compared to number 7. And again, for the third time, Colorado is inflated because they've been playing at home. Overall pitching staff is much better on the Pirates side. And look at this, FFF. Compared to a B+, or I'm sorry, B, and then a C- on offense. So overall, this is the data that I use every single day to tell me if I should be going with this team. So I do really like the Pirates in this position. Everything is pointing in the direction of the Pirates, but they are super heavily favored. So just be careful with that. All right, next what I'm going to give you guys is go to the Dodgers. So again, they're supposed to win by 2. The line it does say it went from a 292 to a 251. But it actually switched back the other way. So this looks a lot more horrible than it should be. Overall, they're decent. There's 74% chance they're going to win this. You can see Yamamoto pretty much overall is all green. And then I'm not going to get into all the details, but look at this. The Dodgers are A plus compared to C grade over here. And then just every statistic is all green on the Dodgers side. So just taking a quick glance at this website, even if you didn't know what you were looking at, I mean, if you were just a brand new person looking at this, it'll tell you the green is all over the Dodgers. Just take a look at this. So this is a very clean overall website that I've built to just tell me exactly where I should be going with this. I'm going to give you guys one more team is going to be in basketball. And I'll tell you again, for the Dodgers, I'm actually parlaying it together with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I did this since last night because I saw the lines were shifting so dramatically in both favors. And then I saw that Yamamoto was pitching and Paul Skeens was pitching. That's the reason I took the 2-leg parlay on that one since last night. Now let me get into this one here. It's going to be called the Polymarket. Inside this Polymarket, I'm actually getting alerts on my phone now too as well. So this whole section here that you see, it's one game. So you can see right here, this person, this trader, he put in 28,000 for Counter-Strike, which is esports. If we continue, we can sort this out by just baseball or just basketball. And you can see there's really nothing there for today yet. But then all of a sudden, it'll start coming in. So like, for example, all of these, the reason this is fade is because we do the research. Like, for example, this was already dropping in value. It started at 20,000. He's currently at 17,000. And this is actual money of people putting in their bets inside of Polymarket. This is the way it used to look. It's still here. It's basically a long table. It tells you, for example, if this guy, how much money he's invested in here, how much money he has, all this extra stuff. But this was too difficult to read. You can see how hard it is to even scroll through here. It's still in there. I left it in there for a reason because it still has all the data. But what we really care about is these signals. So if I sort it out to 24 hours, you can start seeing the rest of this data that's coming in. So again, look at this one. The Spurs, this dude put $11,000. It's currently still worth $11,000. And it does say Sharp Edge verified, which means we are actually tracking this trader and he's been profitable. So that's the reason we're tracking him. So I'm not going to keep going into these details, but that's the other reason I like the Spurs in this position. Overall, this dude, like I said, he's put in $11,000 on his one bet for the Spurs to win. So if you wanted to parlay this together with something else, make sure you get the Spurs. I do like the Pirates, the Dodgers, and the Spurs on today. Please make sure to subscribe. That was a little bit more of an explainer on how to use this tool and how it looks. And some people are asking me how I use it, and that's kind of how I use it. Now it's so clean that whenever you look at it, it's literally telling you the green side is the good side and the other side is not. So even if you didn't know anything about baseball, just looking at the green stuff, it'll tell you which one's good and which one's not. So I hope that makes sense. The Polymarket tracker has been very profitable. If you want access to all of this stuff, make sure you check out the link in the description for that. Also, make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Let's have a great day.